Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is JT from Above and Below the Belt. I want to talk about Lomachenko, and I've been hearing what Lomachenko been calling out Gervonta Davis, and he been calling out. He called out Richard Cormier. I think he wanted to fight Richard Cormier, which I can understand that because he got the belt. But he been calling out Gervonta Davis, and he been calling out Mikey Garcia. But the funny thing about that is him calling out Mikey Garcia. He didn't call out Mikey Garcia before. He didn't so much think call out Mikey Garcia the way he called him out now. But before he fought Errol Spence, he didn't call him out the way he called him out now. But now after he lost against Errol Spence Jr., he's calling him out constantly. You know what I'm saying? Now he wants to fight because Errol Spence gave everybody the blueprint to how to beat Mikey Garcia to a certain point. But that don't mean that he could probably beat Mikey Garcia, because Mikey Garcia can probably change up his style at the same time, which is going to be very hard, because if he been fighting like that all his, since he was little to the age he is right now, and to the stage level he is right now, it's going to be very hard to pull it off. You know what I'm saying? Because he couldn't pull it off with fighting Errol Spence, because he thought, well, first of all, Errol Spence tricked a lot of people. He had another tool in his tool belt, and he switched it up on Mike Garcia, because Mike Garcia is looking for Errol Spence to come in with his head not moving and coming in with that aggressive style, with which he was not aggressive. He trolled the distance at the same time, so that threw Mikey Garcia off, very off. He couldn't really counter him or nothing like that. That jab was really working and stuff like that. So, but the thing about it, Lomachenko think that he could probably do the same thing. See, but the thing is, Errol Spence is a little taller and he got a longer reach, but that don't mean that Lomachenko can't do it either. And I think Lomachenko is very confident that he can probably beat Mike Garcia now, because he got a loss. But what the funny thing about it is, shoot, you got a loss too, Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Orlando Salido. You know what I'm saying? Which Mike Garcia beat. So, but the thing about it is, I don't know why Mike Garcia didn't fight Lomachenko. Maybe because he got something with Bob Arum. That's what we keep on saying, and that's why I might be saying too at the same time. But that might be it. That might not. Mike Garcia might be a little bit afraid of him, but we don't know. Or it seemed like Lomachenko could have been afraid of Mike Garcia because of the way he called him out. He didn't call him out before the Errol Spence fight the way he called him out now. So, but Lomachenko is calling out Gervonta Davis now too at the same time, and Gervonta Davis is not responding, whatever. He'll respond here and there on Twitter, something like that. But I think Gervonta Davis need to fight Lomachenko. He need to tell Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Alabi to, look, man, let me fight Lomachenko, because I don't see, me, I don't like when people wait for a person to get old and stuff like that and then fight them. It's not going to be, I can give you credit for beating them, but now I ain't going to give you 100% of credit for beating them. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It's looking like more likely that Gervonta Davis is going to get Lomachenko while he's down and out. And I can't give him full credit for that. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like to me he's ducking Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know between Lomachenko and Mikey Garcia who was ducking who. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like they both was probably ducking each other, but I could be wrong. Somebody was ducking somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to definitely say that. But now I'm looking at another article talking about Lomachenko on Teofimo Lopez. He says, if you have a belt, I will fight you. He's talking about now, because it seems like Teofimo Lopez is really genuine about what he's talking about. And it's just funny about Teofimo Lopez is calling out Lomachenko. He's been calling him out multiple different times, and he's going to be at his fight too at the same time. One thing, it seems like he's genuine. I think he's not afraid of Lomachenko. I think I'm not saying he can beat Lomachenko, because getting inside the ring is totally different, and saying things is different too at the same time when you're outside the ring. You know what I'm saying? I know he's a hungry fighter. He's a little bit above a prospect level now at the same time. Maybe he is a little bit in a sense, but we don't know. But at the same time, he wants the big fights, and I think he should let. I think Bob Arum should let Teofimo Lopez fight Lomachenko, or Lomachenko should fight Teofimo Lopez, because this fighter that Lomachenko is fighting right now, who is his name? Anthony Corolla. I think that's how you pronounce his last name, but Corolla, whatever. But yeah, Corolla, whatever. But the thing about it is, we already know who's gonna win that fight. That's gonna be Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I mean, he's fighting. I mean, this dude got 6 losses. He got 34 wins and 3 draws and 13 knockouts. He's not going to be. I don't think he don't got no chance to beat Lomachenko, and I think everybody agree with that. I mean, people say it's a boxing chance. I don't think this dude got a chance at all. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. But I mean, if you beat Teofimo Lopez, I mean, you gain a little bit more respect, a little bit too. I know he's a little bit above the prospect level right now. He's a young fighter, but he's got power. He's been knocking out everybody else. But if you fight him, I mean, I think you beating a person with 0 losses is really better than beating a person with 6 losses. You know what I'm saying? And that's the dude he's fighting. I think next, Anthony Carolla. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is, to me, man, I think Lomachenko need to. He wanted to fight Richard Cormier, but Richard Cormier is out with an injury. I don't know if it's a real injury. I don't know he's playing. I don't know how serious the injury is and all that. I don't know. But I think Lomachenko will eventually fight Richard Cormier, and it seems like Lomachenko do want to unify the division too at the same time. Now he does, because he's calling out Mikey Garcia, which I think Mikey Garcia got the other belt, if I'm not mistaken, the WC belt, if I'm not mistaken. But and then I think Richard Cormier got the IBF belt. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I think Lomachenko got 2 of the belts, so he want to be undisputed. In his lightweight in his division, which I'm not mad at that. And if he does that, I got him in my pound for pound number 5 now, because I got Chance Crawford 1, and I got Alexander Usyk 2, and 3 is I got 3 I think I got Canelo, and then 4 is. Who is 4? I got 4 is Lomachenko, and then I got 5th is Errol Spence Jr. So yeah, so that's how I got them placed it on my number 1 to 5 pound for pound list. So if he does that, because he fought Rigondeaux, which he went up 2 weight classes, everybody knew that he was going to win that fight. I knew he was going to win that fight, and he beat Linares, but he didn't look that good. But he did get him. He did get him out of. He did knock him. He did get a TKO. And then I was impressed by that too at the same time, because he didn't. Linares didn't want to get back up, but Linares did have 3 or 4 losses when he came in the ring when he fought Lomachenko too at the same time. But I gotta give him 100% credit for beating Linares, because it was a hard fight for Lomachenko too, and it was a step up too a little bit too at the same time, fighting a bigger person. And then he fought Pedraza, which Gervonta Davis beat him, and I think Trevor Foreman beat Pedraza too at the same time. So I think Pedraza got 2 losses, now he got 3 losses. So he didn't look good in that fight. I think that was a back and forth fight, and I think Pedraza was edging him out into Lomachenko got a knockdown in the 12th round, maybe. I think it was 11th or 12th round. But it was an interesting fight. But now if he fight Teofimo Lopez, which I think he always talk about he should have a belt, and I'll fight you, then I think that's what Teofimo Lopez need to do. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think that's another way to try to not fight a person, or he's somewhat might be afraid of Teofimo Lopez? Because Teofimo Lopez, I don't think he's scared of him. He's talking too much. I think he's really genuine. I think he's serious about what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I know he's a young fighter, but he's hungry. And when you get a hungry fighter in there, you never know. He don't have nothing to lose really to a certain point. Only a loss on his record. You know, so Lomachenko he has belts to lose at the same time. So he got a lot to lose on the line too. I see why he's saying it. I see why he's saying it why he's saying it, but on the other reason why I think someone might be ducking Teofimo Lopez, but I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong, and maybe, and I'm not just saying that because Lomachenko's saying it, because I think if any fighter say that, I mean, because who says that they need I think it was Triple G talking about who says if you have a belt? I think a couple of fighters said that, and I disagree with them too at the same time saying that stuff. If it's an up and coming fighter, high reward. I think it was matter of fact it was Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. He said that about Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman said that about Errol Spence. Get a belt and I'll fight you. You know what I'm saying? If you're serious, but that didn't come to tuition. And the thing about it is, I think that Keith Thurman had a better chance of beating Errol Spence when he was young, a little bit younger in the game. You know what I'm saying? Even though I think Errol Spence would have took that fight too. And that would have been a 50-50 fight at the time when Errol Spence was calling Keith Thurman out. When Keith Thurman had the two belts, you know what I'm saying? He had his feet wet in the welterweight division. But now, I don't think Keith Thurman have a chance to beat Errol Spence. He had a chance back then, but now he don't. You know what I'm saying? The way he looking at that last fight, he don't have a chance right now. And he need 2 or 3 more fights to fight some quality opponents and see where he at and see if he get the eventually get the Errol Spence fight going on. So what do y'all think about Lomachenko on Teofimo Lopez and him calling out Gervonta Davis and him calling out Mikey Garcia and all that stuff? But then now Bob Arum coming out talking about Lomachenko's not gonna fight Gervonta Davis now. You know what I'm saying? It's always back and forth. I don't know who's running your career, Lomachenko or Bob Arum or yourself? You know what I'm saying? And that's for any other fighter out there too at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like I know Floyd Mayweather's running Gervonta Davis career. But Gervonta Davis is 24 years old. You need to step up and put your big boy pants on and say, look, man, let me fight these people instead of you telling me who I need to fight. You know what I'm saying? So I think Mayweather got the best interest for himself and for Gervonta Davis to a certain degree, but everybody gonna say that he's cherry picking. He's not fighting the people that's in their prime now instead of them getting old. You see what I'm saying? Then he's really looking out because they only got one fighter, one superstar in their stable, and that's Gervonta Davis. So I understand what Mayweather doing on the other hand, but you kind of like I think you're gonna derail his career or kind of like you playing it too safe. He's 24 years old. Let him spread his rings, man, and his both his arms, his boxing arms, his boxing glove arms, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And let him do what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? So what do y'all guys think about this? What I'm talking about? Leave a comment at the bottom of my page. Subscribe to my page. Like my page. This is JT from Above and Below the Belt. All right, bye.